All right, so the big question we are asking today is that, was there really a title race in the Premier League this season? Was there? Because we have seen a lot of people saying that, Charlie, Arsenal did not show up. Chelsea were doing their thing. Manchester City, OJ go talk, they were doing United, like flexing relegation. Charlie, was there really a title race? I don't know where you guys stand though. No, but don't say yes.
No, but you see,
Because you know I said don't say yes. When you were talking initially, you said something that, it was a competitive. Do you remember?
No, he actually, you know why? If he says now, I'll point out.
No,
he said that I wish the second place team had done better.
Yeah.
He's very
So I was laughing. When I was laughing, I was like, see what he's saying. See what he's saying.
So why is it that any time Liverpool win the league, there's an issue?
No, but was there really a title race? Was there? Let's be sincere.
Okay, so let me add my own question. Or let me add my own comment. It was a competitive league, but there wasn't a title race. So
it was a competitive league.
It was a competitive
but
league.
There wasn't a title race.
There hasn't been a title race.
So what? That is down to the chasers, the chasing pack.
Yeah, I would say so. Because the other thing, you see, the thing is that Liverpool has not underperformed. Because if you look at the last 4 Premier Leagues that have been won, Liverpool are on course to match up or even better. I think the least City had was 86 or 87 points.
Yeah, about 88. They
Liverpool
can get there. They can
Liverpool can even get 90.
Now they have
the maximum
79.
79.
79. Okay,
12
so they
points
win.
To play for.
They win and it's 82.
Yeah.
They can get there.
Liverpool can get even 90.
I don't think they'll get. I think they'll probably get like 86, 85.
86. Okay.
Just because they've won their title and they'll cool down.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which in the 33-year time frame of the Premier League wins the league in most of them. I think
it's only when Pep came that things became giddy.
But anyway, so actually you can even argue that outside Conte, since Pep started winning, Liverpool are the only team who have also won the Premier League more than once. So
okay, more than once. Okay.
Yeah.
So second.
So for me, I think for title race, Pep and Klopp are sporters. They really pushed what it takes to win the league, going back and forth. I mean, Liverpool and City, Pep and Klopp have shown that even if you can get 97 points, it may not even be enough to win the league and all those kind of things. So I think based on that, that's what is spelling the narrative that this has not been a competitive league.
Yeah, because the fans have been used to a certain.
Been used to that. Even last season, Arsenal kind of pushed City to the edge last 2 seasons and all those kind of things. So over the past 5-6 years, that has been the tone of the Premier League, where there's some form of a competition. So for me, I get that aspect, but to say that maybe everybody got worse and that's why Liverpool won the league, I will not agree to that. Because if you look at the points tally in other seasons, you say it's a remarkable season.
Yeah.
So Liverpool have performed, but the rest of those who were supposed to push them or those who were supposed to push the league titles haven't come up to the billing. But overall, I think it's been a very competitive league.
Susu?
I think there was a title race. I think
there was.
Oh, yeah.
Then it ended in December.
Exactly. That's what I was coming to. You see,
who was in that title race?
Chelsea at the point.
Oh, Chelsea were there. just because the title race ended a bit early. For me, I'll say when Bukayo Saka got injured. That was.
Wait. Just a quick one. Were Arsenal ever at the top of the table this season? They were, right?
No.
They were never.
Just because you're not at the top of the table doesn't mean it's not a title race.
No, I'm not saying that. I just want to.
I don't recall, but I think from game week, I think 11 or so, Liverpool has been top.
I think Liverpool are top for even game week like 2 or 3.
Yeah, they're
very early. So that one. But for me, I believe we lost the title race once Bukayo Saka got injured.
Sure?
Because and the reason I'm saying that is we saw the thing. Martin Odegaard was not able to pick up the slack like a lot of people expected. He's not been good this season. And then Kai Havertz got injured on top. So it's almost like anything we could have expected from Arsenal to make it interesting.
When Kai Havertz got injured, the league.
No, I'm just saying that by the time Kai Havertz gets injured, it's like any hope that was there. There's more hope. Oh, of course. Because look, at the end of the day, you are looking at teams to drop points. And then Arsenal, in some of the games, are like, okay, Liverpool have maybe drop points or something. Let them show us. They might even do worse.
Yeah. But not to cut you, Arsenal have actually dropped 18 points from winning positions.
Yeah.
That's, if you combine their last 2 seasons, that's 17 points. So they've done worse than they've done this season.
And look, they've drawn like 13 games this season. They drew 5 and lost 5 last season or something like that.
From winning positions.
I'm just saying they've drawn 5 lost, and this season alone they've drawn 13 and like lost 3. So for me, some of those draws I'm just saying that if your best player is available, some draws turn into wins. This is not rocket science. I'm not doing any crazy, and we all know that that's football for you. Yeah. And knowing how dependent this team is on Bukayo Saka and how badly Odegaard was played, if he's not there, the team was never going to look the same. And we saw what happens when Saka is playing decently. We've seen him in games since he's come back. Yeah. You can see that he's the most dangerous player on there. You can see that everything goes through him. I'm not saying that Arsenal would have won the league. I'm just saying that it would have been more competitive. I still think the gap that Liverpool had started with and the fact that Odegaard and Saka both got injured at various points before the main injury means that there was a significant gap that Arsenal would have had to overcome.
Okay.
But I still believe that maybe if Saka was fit, the gap, Liverpool would not be winning the title this weekend. I think maybe they'll be winning it.
Would have gone down to the
last day or something.
No, even that. Maybe even on the last but one weekend, you are 4 points ahead or something like that. I'm just saying that it would have been something worth watching. A bit more interesting. It would have made
that Liverpool-Arsenal game a bit.
Yeah, and I think because of that, Arsenal themselves started slacking a bit, started relaxing a bit in some of their games. Because let's be honest, from about a month ago, I'm sure they gave up. They were making all the right noises that will play for everything and that kind of stuff. But by a month ago, I'm sure they themselves made the calculation that, look, if we put our all, the Champions League is not a realistic proposition, and the Champions League is there to be won. Yeah. So I believe that, look, the injury just didn't help, but there was a title race to a point. But I think once that injury happens, and then once even Chelsea were kind of there, and then once Maresca said we are not in the title race, the players said, okay, we are not in the title race. So
title race for you, no title race for you, right?
Oh, there wasn't.
Okay.
It's a procession.
Well, as for Nubo, we all know where he belongs.
It was like Formula One. I don't know if you remember Sebastian Vettel. You know when he gets in pole position and he just goes. I think there's a race, but it doesn't mean there's no race. Yeah.
Okay, so that's it from the guys on the debates. Sisi says there was a title race. Emmanuel says that nothing of that sort. And so Liverpool, if they get that 1 point against Spurs this weekend, they are champions of the 2024-25 season. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of the Premier League Preview Show. Thank you guys, Yusuf Graham and Emmanuel Nubo, and all those out there who texted into the show, the production team, and everyone who made this successful. I'm Gabriel Fu, back same time next week. Enjoy it the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.